Monday, April 25th.
The sea
Is 11:09 a.m. and we are going to go to another zone today because it's Monday and I wanted to try something, which is going around Total Wine.
More wine, dear.
I know I have done Total Wine before. Total Wine is really good payouts, but it's also really high miles. For example, last week I think I went there a day and I saw like 26 miles or whatever. Not worth it. But today I want to do it just to see if I can get like good orders, especially that I don't see the full payout, so you know, it could be my highest order was on Total Wine. It was like a $100 order. It was last year. So today I thought I would try my luck and go there. My zone is great anyway. The shipped orders are really not good as usual. I don't really want to do shipped at this point. I don't think they are being fair with their drivers and the non-tippers. I will explain more later. There is approximately a 20-minute drive to go there. And right now it's 11:11 and it's grayed out over there as well. So I can't put like dash along the way. And I will be able to do so, I guess, in 3 minutes, because you can begin your dash 15 minutes earlier. I don't know if you guys know, but you can. $7 for UberEats. That's a no from me. Alright, so we are at Total Wine. I think the Total Wine orders are gonna drop in about 5 to 10 minutes in my experience. And from what I've read on some Facebook groups, this Total Wine, at least, they drop their orders $4 McDonald's. They drop their order like 20 minutes before the hour, so for like 5 to 10 minutes. So hopefully it is 11:35 a.m. right now. I've had a few orders other than Total Wine that were not good. I did have a Target order, $13 for 6 miles. Nope. I did get a Target order on Doordash with a tip. Maybe Shipt could learn from them. But it was on my way there, and you know, they only give you like a time slot to arrive at the zone. So it was 25 items, and it was for a Target that I don't know. So I didn't want to risk losing my spot in this zone because it's not very busy all the time. I have decided that Shipt is not worth my time because they don't ask their customers to tip before the service, before the shopping and stuff. And to me, this is like really turned off because I'm still a rookie on Shipt after like a month and a half. Why? Because the orders are really bad, and they're all the time never more than $10. Out of the 4 orders I did, or 4 or 5, I don't know, only one person tipped. You know, to me, those are orders that I wouldn't even take on Doordash if it was on Doordash. So 30 minutes of my time to shop, deliver, send text to the customers, go back and forth if something is missing, it's not worth my time for $8. And I am on the Facebook group for Shipt shoppers, and there was a girl who was saying the same. She was like, I can't find my groove in Shipt. Like she said she was doing Instacart, and she was like, I just can't find the motivation to do Shipt. I don't know why. And I commented and I said, you know, probably the biggest con for me from this app, it's that they don't let people tip beforehand. And to me, I just don't want to do it. You know, I think we've talked about no tip, no trip enough right now. I think a lot of people, if not everyone, knows about it, especially for grocery shopping. In my opinion, it is really disrespectful to your drivers to tell them, well, maybe the client will tip if you're nice enough. To me, this is not how it works. And some girl commented on my post, and she was like, I don't see why people should tip beforehand. She said, you tip for the delivery, so why would you tip before the delivery? She was like, oh yeah, you tip the performance of the driver. I think Shipt has convinced their drivers that this is the way, but it's not. And let me tell you why. You tip for the service. The service is the delivery, right? That's why on Uber Eats and Doordash and Grubhub, you tip beforehand because you want somebody to bring food to your home. Like when you order something on Amazon and you don't have Amazon Prime, you pay the delivery. When you order from IKEA, you pay the delivery fee before the delivery. So to me, you pay a tip for the service, which is the delivery. If you don't pay for the service, you don't get the service. So if you don't tip, you don't get the delivery, right? I think on Doordash, we have talked enough about no tip, no trip. We all know. So I don't see why Shipt should be different, especially when it's so much more time. Like you're going and shopping for somebody, you're trying to find the items. If it's a store you don't really know or they don't have the aisle, you're gonna spend a lot more time. If the person doesn't have replacements, you have to text them all the time, you have to go back and forth. It's just sometimes the card doesn't work, sometimes the employees are not helpful, you know? It's a lot of work. It's way more work than just picking up food and dropping off at your door. And I told her, you tip for the service and ratings are for the performance. So you tip for the service, which is the delivery. If you don't tip for the delivery, you don't get the delivery. The problem is Shipt doesn't let them tip for the delivery. And then they have their drivers think that the ratings don't matter. The ratings is for your performance. Because to me, this is tip baiting. Oh, if you're nice enough, you will get a tip. I'm sorry. First of all, you should always be nice. It's not because you think you're gonna get a tip. Like, it should not define how you're behaving towards your customer, you know? Maybe they're trying to have their customers think that they are paying us the fair wage, so they don't really need to tip, which is wrong because $8 for 25 items for an hour of my time is just so disrespectful. It also encourages the non-tippers to not tip because they don't have to tip to get the delivery. There will be a bozo to take the delivery, even if it's $2 for 26 items. There will be somebody to take that order. Just like there are some people who do the $3 order on Doordash. I delivered an alcohol order from Bevmo because I used to do alcohol orders a lot. It was $8 for an entire box of alcohol, and I know how much alcohol costs. So I know it was at least a $70 order. You know, for alcohol order, you have to get out of your car, you have to scan the ID, you know. And guess what? This guy did not tip. And it's been a month now. And this guy will not tip, will never tip. He's like, oh, well, I didn't tip and she came and she still delivered my alcohol. So why should I tip now? She didn't do anything special. She just brought it at the house. Which is true, it's nothing special, anyone can do it. So what's the incentive here for people to tip? You know, like, I don't know how I can be nicer when you only have to grab the alcohol and deliver it. There is no use for unnecessary communication. It just slows you down. And I was just gutted. I was like, you know what? This guy, he had his alcohol delivery for free because he only paid for the alcohol, right? And I guess the delivery fee. And that's it. What is this human behavior? I'm pretty sure this is a Doordash driver. He was looking at his phone. I haven't had any Total Wine drop right now. Oh, well. Total Wine and PetSmart. 45 miles. $31. It's just not possible. So I'm gonna decline this order because there is no way that I'm driving 45 miles. See, that's what I mean with Total Wine. That's the problem. And this one was a stack, and it wasn't even for the same person. Sometimes I don't understand how they dispatch the orders. $9, 10 miles. Nope. Buffalo Wild Wings and Total Wine. Again, 2 houses, 10 miles for $20. And then the Total Wine is going all the way back to my zone. And again, it was a stack order for Total Wine. I don't understand. Why do you stack those two together?
Why?
They're not next to each other. Well, I don't know what's up with Total Wine, but the orders are really bad. I'm kind of bummed because I was really hoping that we would get at least one good order. $6. So I went back to my zone and I accepted a stack order on Uber Eats for $13. 3 miles or something. What I didn't know, Uber Eats doesn't show you the second restaurant. So I thought I was picking up from the restaurant that was over there, and there was just one order, and I was like, well, that's weird. I'm pretty sure that was a stack order. And obviously after hitting picked up or whatever, it showed me the next restaurant. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was like this. I'm used to Doordash and showing both restaurants, I guess. That was an easy delivery. The problem is it was in the hills. So the first delivery was easy. The person texted me just when I arrived, like, oh, you can leave it at the gate. And when I was taking the picture, the guy came out and he was like, oh, thank you so much. Fine. Second drop off, I look at the delivery notes. It's extremely hot today. And in the delivery notes, it was 2 iced matcha coffee, whatever. I look at the delivery notes and it says, extra bread, please. At this point in 2022, if you still think at that point in time the delivery notes are to put whatever extra stuff you want, I'm sorry, but you need to educate yourself. Like, especially when you order coffee, like, what makes you think that they are gonna give you bread for free? I don't know, to me it's really weird how people think. With Uber, you can't see those notes before you begin the delivery, and they were the second delivery, so I was already like really deep in the hills, so I was like, nah. But please, if you order food, stop putting requests for food or orders in the delivery notes. On DoorDash you can see them if you have an Android and the widget. On iPhone I'm pretty sure you can't, but you're not gonna get your stuff. You just not gonna get the stuff you requested. So I delivered, and obviously in the hills, what's to be expected is there's no signal over there.
No signal? No battery.
Which is extremely frustrating because Uber Eats, I don't know, I haven't found the way, if there is a way. When they ask you to take the picture on DoorDash, you can put a picture that you took in your gallery. So what I do is I use the app Timestamp that will 99% of the time put the correct address. If it doesn't, I just exit the app and reopen it once I am in front of the house. I take the picture with Timestamp so it shows the address, the time, the day, everything. When it's leave at the door with DoorDash, I put that picture. I put add picture or add photo from the gallery, and I put this one. With Uber, I haven't found a way to do this. If you know how to do this, please let me know, because I took the picture of the coffee at the door and there was no signal. So I began to drive back here. It was giving me an error all the time, so I had to force stop the app and reopen it, and when I reopened it, it like trashed my picture.
Trash.
And it was like, take picture, I'm gone already, because your thing was not working because there was no freaking signal. So I didn't put a picture, and I don't like this. I like to put a picture. I had a picture for myself, but you know, I don't know, I just like to put pictures, you know. Please, Uber, let us put a picture from the gallery. And for everyone saying, oh, for hand it to me, how do you do? I take a picture for every one of my deliveries. I don't care if you leave at the door, hand it to me, put on the corner of the street, I do not care. I take a picture, not for them, for me. I delivered this order, and I thought it was a house because there was no apartment number. It was a meet at the door, and obviously when I arrived here, it was an apartment complex. I don't mind, but please put the apartment number. I don't have time to guess, you know. I called the guy, and I'm like, yeah, this is for Cameron, Uber Eats. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Can you call on the intercom or the call box or whatever? Like, I'll buzz you in. At the moment, I said, oh yeah, sure. What's the apartment number? The guy literally hang up on me. He was like, oh, can you buzz on the call box? I'm so sorry. And then he hang up. So I was like, okay. I was like, what the hell? This is extra rude. Like, I don't mind delivering to your apartment, but come on. Like, what is this, you know? And then I received a message in the chat, and it was like, oh, it's apartment 103. Why couldn't you tell me on the phone instead of hanging up? After this, he told me apartment 103, so I called him. He buzzed me in, and then he answered the door, and I wanted to tell him, like, just put the apartment number and don't hang up on the people who are delivering to you. Like, it's just wasting my time and wasting your time. Like, what, you don't want to talk on the phone? Like, if you don't want to talk on the phone, put the information in the delivery notes. I don't want to talk to you on the phone either, but I'm not leaving your stuff in front of the apartment complex and then getting like a violation because you didn't put the apartment number. That was it with that delivery. It was easy delivery. It was 2.1 miles or something like this for $11. It's gonna be 2 p.m. right now, and my shift on Doordash is gonna end. I don't think I can extend the Dash. Dash cannot be extended. So I'm gonna wait a little bit more to see if I get an order to go back home. It's insanely hot right now, and I'm getting a headache because of the heat. It always does this. I've had only 25 orders that came in, so in a two-hour shift, which is nothing. So the Dash is literally gonna end in 3 minutes. So hopefully maybe Uber send me another order. But I was going home and I literally just received an Uber Eats order for $20. It is for 9 miles and it's going pretty deep in the hills, but at this point it's Monday and I absolutely need money, and the restaurant is just over there. Food was ready and we are headed to the first delivery, which is 6 minutes away. Okay, first drop off done. Now second one is the one that is far. It's 18 minutes, but from there I will be able to get on the freeway to go back home, so it's so good. All right, so I just came home after that super long delivery in the hills. It took me literally to Beverly Hills, but I was expecting it when I saw the map. I'm gonna go and grab some lunch. I have some stuff to do on the computer as well. Doordash has been really disappointing lately. The orders that they're sending me, when they're sending me orders, they're really, really bad. And sometimes they just not send anything. So I've been doing a lot of Uber Eats lately, so you know, it is what it is. It's extremely hot right now. Traffic was getting a little bit crazy, so I like to go home around that time and just relax. I think I will begin my dinner rush a bit later today because in the past few weeks the dinner rush has begun significantly later than what I expect, around 6:30. So I think I have a good 3 hour right now to just relax and do my things, and then I will be back on. So I am back for the dinner shift. It is 6:06 p.m. I did begin this dinner shift later than usual because the past 3 weeks, honestly, nothing happens before 6, even 6:30 to be honest. And I did finish the lunch shift pretty late today. Like, I arrived at home at like 3:15 p.m. And I was connected on Doordash from 4:45, something like this, and nothing happened. So I forgot to say that the delivery that I did, and when I arrived, there was a dude who was literally just standing there, and he was carrying like a bag of what I guess is a restaurant. He was just standing there with his phone, and he was standing next to a house, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he not, I don't know, go to the house or something? I don't know, like, why are you just standing there? You know, it's just weird. So I go there, and there was no number, but you know, it was like I can see the numbers of the other houses around it. So I was like, well, it's here, you know. I mean, I don't know, you gotta use your brain a little bit sometimes. Like, if the house that you're searching for is 10 and around you have 12 and 8, I think you kind of know that 12 is this one in the middle. Apparently it wasn't clear for him. I don't know how long he had been there, because when I arrived, he was already standing. He was outside of his car standing. Go there, and it was like an entrance, and you couldn't even see the house. And it was a gigantic gate with a guard. There was a guard at the gate. And he's like, oh, Postmates? Because I guess they can still use the Postmates app. And it goes through doors, through Uber Eats. So I said, oh yeah, for such and such. And he was like, oh yeah, you can leave it with me. And the guy who was standing there, so I gave it to him, and I was like, oh, I wasn't sure because there's no number. He was like, oh no, that's okay. He was super nice. And I hand him the food, and literally, like, just after me, this guy comes up, and he's like, oh, is this? And he gives the number of the house I was delivering to. And the guy was like, yeah, you can leave it with me. And I was like, why were you standing there? Like, just go. You're not gonna, the person is not gonna go out. She was obviously very rich and very important. She's not gonna wait for you to come out. The guard came out because he saw me. And it was so the gate was hidden. You had to actually go inside the beginning of the driveway for him to see you. I guess he's not allowed to really leave the post, you know. He can't just wait for you on the street and be like, hey, I'm waiting for Postmates, you know. In my head I was like, how long have you been waiting here? You know, like, just go. Maybe you're gonna have the wrong house, and then you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just delivering, and there are no numbers. And maybe they're gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna buy numbers, and I'm gonna put numbers on my house so people don't come here and just act like weirdos, you know. And then he left like faster than me, and I was like, okay, you know, that's just weird. Just do something, don't just stand there. I checked the earnings. It was part of a stack order, and so this lady who was really far from the restaurant, she was 20 minutes away, and it says the estimate for this trip was $20.24, including an upfront tip. And the customer tipped you even more after delivery. And instead of $20.24, it's $20.69. So, woohoo! Okay, so the base pay is $4.42. And the trip supplement, which I don't know what that is. I guess it's the mile adjustment, I guess. It's $5.82. for a total of $10.45. And then the tip is $10.45, which is $20.69. So a dasher just literally pulled up next to me, literally across me. So I'm gonna move my car. I can't stand it. I can't stand it when the parking lot is empty, and those people, they park literally next to me, like, every single day. It irritates me. It does irritate me. But come on, like, the parking lot is almost empty around here, and he had to park literally across me. Why do you do this? Stop parking next to people. Go park in your own spot. Find your own spot. For the lunch shift, I made $46.10 for 1, 2, 3, for 3 trips, 5 orders. $19 for 12 miles. That is a no for me. 8 miles. Nope. I was expecting a very, very, very slow beginning of the dinner shift here. Basically nothing happens before 7 or 7:30, and today's Monday. We have to think about this too. Usually my Mondays are pretty good. Last Monday I made $100, but I did get a stack order for $47, so it does help. This stack order came out as $19 on the app. It was for 2 restaurants, 7 miles I think. It was going home, towards home. It was the end of the night, so I just thought, okay, well, I'll just do it. So I picked up the first order, which is just right over there, the burger place, and then it was for El Torito. I know where those restaurants are. I've been there before, and next to the name of the restaurant, it was SOF. That means that it was made through the restaurant's app or website and not through Doordash. So basically it's like, I don't know if they call it a drive order or a catering order, whatever. I go there and it was telling me that the restaurant was at another place, and I was like, I'm literally standing in front of the restaurant, so
I'm right here.
I went in there and I was like, do you guys know that DoorDash has your restaurant right over there? Literally like 2 minutes away. And the guy was like, oh yeah, I don't know why, but it does this all the time because when they go through the DoorDash app, the restaurant is at the correct place. So I guess when they mapped it out to go through the app of the restaurant and not DoorDash, I guess they made a mistake. I don't know, but they have not bothered calling DoorDash about this, which really is like, really? I mean, okay. And he was like, oh yeah, most Dashers, they just walk there and then they come back here. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. You're gonna give me the food, and then with my car, on the way to the customer, I will just go out of my way and click the button, you know? You don't need to be Nostradamus to understand this. Like, why would you go there, come back, then get the food? You have the order on your phone. You can look it up. You can prove to the restaurant that you have the order. I don't know. So he was like, well, I'm gonna give you the food, and he got my name, and I was like, I understand, you know, that he wants my name. I have nothing to hide, so I was like, yeah, okay. So, and it was like a huge order. It was 2 bags. No, it was 3 bags. And one of the bag was literally 3 or 4 trays of food. Insanely hot, insanely heavy. So I had to go there twice because they put it in bags, plastic bags, and I was like, if I take this in my hand, it's gonna collapse. Thank God I had the catering bag because I had the first order that I picked up because it was a stack. And then I had this order of 3 $15 or 5 miles. I think I'm gonna take this one. It's taken me out of my zone, but it's only 5 miles, 2 items. Nothing is coming anyway. No orders are coming in, so. Except I have this big bag here, so I put it there. I delivered the first order, and instead of being $9.50 like DoorDash said, it was $13. And the second order, instead of being whatever remaining total that was, it was $34. It was a pretty good day that day. Don't you just love it when you're waiting in line at a restaurant because there are literally like 2 employees in there and they're trying to make the orders? So you're waiting for one of them to acknowledge you. And literally Dashers come after you, and you can see that there are no orders on the shelf. So, you know, you can see I'm holding my phone. I'm pretty sure that if you look even from a distance, you can see I'm on the DoorDash app. And they just go and they go to the other side when there is another side, and they just go in front of you. And like, this girl was taking an order from a customer, and this girl literally just went on the other side so the other one could acknowledge her first. And then there was another Dasher who came after me. He was on the phone and he literally went past me, and then I guess he saw my phone and then he backed up. None of you have respect.
Absolutely outrageous.
even if I was not a dasher. You don't go in front of people, or you could say like, are you picking up? Basic decency here. To me, a lot of dashers are actually very, very rude. You guys need to sort your priorities again. Okay, so I picked up the food. It is in a bag, and I am gonna deliver 13 minutes. A lot of it is on the freeway, so I just came back to my hotspot. I need to get back on my screenshot game because I just accept orders. I don't think about screenshotting. So this order was not $15, it was $16.25. which was pretty nice. I left it at the door. I could hear she was literally behind the door because the dog was barking when I arrived, when I opened the bag, and she said, stop doing this. So she was probably waiting behind the door to get her food. It did take me out of my zone, but I don't care because literally no offers are popping in right now. And $16 for 5 miles is pretty good. For a Monday night, I'm not complaining. It's 7:33 p.m. Hopefully I can do like maybe 2 or 3 more, and then I will call it a day because I did drive for nothing this morning to Total Wine. Then I came back here. It was really, really hot today, and I'm beginning to feel like the tiredness from the heat. And I still need to go to Target. I haven't been. Just took this order for $18.50. 8 miles. I took it because it's taking me home. And I had just accepted an order for UberEats for 4 miles, $13. And I was tempted to take both. The problem is that the UberEats was going on the other way, so I just preferred not doing it. So now I'm gonna deliver this one. It is a leave at the door, and it's gonna be pretty easy because 90% of the way is freeway. And after this one, I think I'm gonna call it because I still need to go to Target. So let's go deliver this one.